guys, it's your girl HeyParis here, and I promised you guys that I would start doing the wedding story time, so let's get on it, okay? Because first of all, homegirl had to go abuse her dog, which just messed up my entire flow. It messed up my entire flow because I had story time after story time, and then I had to talk about dog abuse. I was really upset about it, but we're back on schedule, okay? So please excuse me. And this story time is basically the fact that I paid $3,000 to a man who didn't deserve $3,000 on my wedding day. But before I get to that, I had the most amazing experience on Keen. And if you guys don't know what Keen is, I want to explain it to you guys really quick because this has changed my life. I'm looking at the world in a whole new perspective, and I need to share it with you guys. So Keen is a website that gives you access to vetted psychics and spiritual advisors who provide insight and guidance on life's challenges. They can give you clarity in your love life, your relationships with your friends, your career, your goals, anything you could think of. Keen is also one of the most affordable ways where you can get in contact instantly with a spiritual advisor or psychic, and they are available 24/7. And these are professionals, like they know what they're doing. Listen, I used to be so skeptic of this. I tried it out for the first time this week and I am hooked. How you know my life? How do you, let me get into this for you really quick, guys. When you sign up, you're met with a brief questionnaire, and once you finish that questionnaire, you are paired up with psychics that are recommended for you based on the needs that you're looking for. And one thing that really caught my eye too is that they also have mediums. So if you lost someone in your life and you want to reconnect with them, there are people on the website who are able to do that for you. I wish that I had someone, well, I don't wish that I had somebody who died, like who would wish that? But I wish I got to experience that psychic reading with a medium, because I don't know about y'all, but you know, Long Island Medium, that's like one of my favorite shows of all time. So if I was actually able to talk to someone from the dead, I'll be happy. I would be so interested and happy, but I also gotta be thankful that I ain't got nobody who dead who I could talk to, you know what I'm saying? So not only do you get the convenience of getting a psychic reading at home where you're comfortable, but you also have 3 options of communicating with these psychics. So you could do it via email, you could do it via instant chat, which is what I did, or you can call them on the phone. And if you wanna sign up for Keen, as a new Keen customer, you get 10 minutes for only $1.99. And it is shocking how much these people know about you. Like, low-key terrifying. Pricing depends on the psychic you choose, and all of their services are backed up with satisfaction guaranteed. And I think it's really important that you develop a relationship with the psychic that you talk to, because I've been talking to the same psychic and she is absolutely amazing. I feel like I wanted to test her out first, so I was asking her things about me, about my family, about Cameron's family. Why did she know everything? Why did she know everything? I was low-key scared, but I had the most amazing experience with her. I asked her about my marriage, I asked her about my career, and everything that she said seems to be the track that I'm going on. There's so many times where I stood up and walked away and got Cameron and I said, read this, because how did she know that? I'm afraid. I'm low-key scared, but at the same time, that just tells me that this is real. It's for real. There's no gimmicks. Ain't no scam. She's literally gifted. Just to get that clarity of what is coming ahead is very refreshing. And after the session, I just felt really good. So if you guys are interested in signing up for Keen, the link is in the description box down below. And once you sign up for Keen, they send you emails with so many promotions, like $5 free, buy $10 and get an additional $20 credit. And these promotions just make it a lot more affordable for me to connect with my advisor on an ongoing basis. So the link is in the description box down below, guys. If you click it, again, you get 10 minutes for only $1.99, which is amazing. It's an amazing experience. You will not regret it, and I highly recommend it. I was mind blown, okay? Thank you so much, Keen, for sponsoring today's video. Y'all couldn't tell me that I needed some damn Vaseline on my damn lips. I'm just ashy as hell. What's wrong with y'all? You're supposed to look out for me. Isn't this cute? So it's cute. Anyways, so I told you guys that I would do the story time in an earlier video. Basically, I'm telling you guys about this racist, disgusting vendor that I had to pay $3,000 to on my wedding day. He didn't deserve it, and I was debating. What's debating? I was debating on if I should say the name of his company, but then I thought back to it and I was like, there's a little old lady there. She was very nice to me. There's another man there. He was very nice to me. It's just the owner who I had to deal with. He's the only problem that I had. And I think it's a personal issue. I think it is who he is as a person, not what they are as a company. So therefore, I will not talk about the company, but I will address him by his real first name. So what's up, Craig? All right, so boom. You guys know that I started planning my wedding since Cameron proposed to me. Since he proposed to me, I've been planning. I've been known who I want my vendor to be. I've been known where I wanted to take place. I knew everything, okay? So the original girl, what is that? Bitch, I thought there was a ghost crawling on the floor. It's a penny. A nickel, actually. So initially, I wanted to go with this lady for my flowers, but I didn't know like her prices, like how much she charged or whatever. Went down to have a meeting with her. Homegirl talking about a father's corsage is $230 each. I said, I gotta skedaddle. I'll see you later. I was like, there's no way in hell I'm paying $230 for a little flower on my dad's suit that he's gonna throw away after the wedding. Who would do that and why would they do that? What would be the purpose of doing that? I'm not doing that. And since that's the price of the father's corsage, bitch, how much is my bridal bouquet gonna be? How much is my centerpiece on the guest table gonna be? How much is my head table gonna be? I don't even wanna know. Once she told me it was $230 for the father's corsage, I was like, I gotta skedaddle, I gotta skedoodle, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. So then I started to look for a more affordable florist in Toronto. Ended up with Craig's company, which again, I won't name the company, but his name really is Craig. When I first met Craig, he seemed, honestly, he seemed a little bit too nice. If I think back to it now, he's a little bit too nice. Walked in the room, oh my gosh, you're gorgeous. You look like Beyonce. No, I don't, bitch. If I look like Beyonce, I'll be rich. Because once you're as beautiful as Beyonce, that's it. Your life is set. You ain't got to do nothing. You gonna get paid to sleep, bitch. What are you talking about? So right then and there, when he said I look like Beyonce, I should have been like, yeah, there's something wrong with this nigga here. There's something wrong with him. But I just took the compliment and kept it moving. He was touching my hair, which I hate. If you don't know me, don't touch my hair. Complimenting my outfit, complimenting my car, like asking you want water, you want tea, you want coffee, like he's just doing the most, okay? But when I first met him, I thought he was really nice. Like all those things that he was doing, I was like, he's very, very nice. The only thing that I took from our first interview was he talks a lot. And another thing that, whoa. So we sit down, we talk to him, and honestly, the first interview that we had with him, basically where we're supposed to tell him what we want and he's supposed to quote us a price, we didn't talk about flowers not once, bitch. We talked about everything but flowers. I was like, why did I drive all the way from Scarborough to Vaughan to talk about nothing? He's talking about how he came from South Africa, and he's talking about the racism in South Africa, which is ironic because at the end of the day, you ended up being racist. So you, in the beginning, talking about how much you hate racism and South Africa used to be filled with racism and this and that and that and this, like just giving us history on South Africa. I was like, first of all, I don't know nothing about South Africa. Never been there, haven't studied anything from there. I don't know nobody from there, but I'm telling you what he told me. He's telling me about racism in South Africa, telling me a bunch of stories about a bunch of shit, okay? And I'm just listening, just nodding my head and pretending like I'm taking everything in, when in reality, I'm just trying to understand why we're not talking about flowers right now. You know what I'm saying? But I find it ironic how he was like going in on racist in his home country, and then at the end of the day, you ended up being racist. So that whole, I feel like sometimes when racists are in a situation with people who they're racist towards, they feel like they need to defend the fact that they're not racist, even though racism is not the topic of discussion. I'm literally here to speak about flowers. Flowers and racism, two different things, bitch. So anyways, that entire interview, the entire time, we did not speak about flowers once. We were there for like an hour. Literally, I had to end the conversation because I was like, I have other things to do and other meetings to attend, so I got to bounce. At the end of the meeting, he's like, oh my gosh, we didn't even talk about the flowers. I'm so sorry, I talked too much, blah, 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 blah. So I tell him I'm gonna call him, send him some pictures via Instagram of what I'm looking for, and he could quote me that way. So I go home and I send him all that stuff, and he tells me to come in again. I come in again, we finally talk about flowers, and his prices are good. The prices that he's giving me are good. I'm here for them, I am in attendance. I'm listening. What's up? We go over everything, and the final amount is something that I agree on. I'm like, this is perfect, or this is for everything. Wow, like that's a really good price. So I was gonna hire him for my ceremony flowers, my ceremony decoration, as well as my reception, everything flowers, and some random decorations as well. So now, remember, in this state of mind right now, I'm like, he's a nice guy. He kind of talks too much, speaks about racism way too often for my likings. A little bit uncomfortable, but he seems like a good guy, and the price is right. You know what I'm saying? So, I sign my name, and we good to go. He tells me he needs a $3,000 deposit for him to book my date so that he doesn't have to go to any other weddings. I'm like, cool, whatever. $3,000, there you go. I go home, I'm happy, I'm excited. I just booked my florist for my wedding. Cool. Maybe a week or two later, he asked me to come in to kind of like finalize everything that I want, see the flowers, pick the flowers, how do I want them arranged, how do I want the greenery, and blah, 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 all that. And now this is where he went from, oh, he kind of awkward, but he nice, and I feel comfortable, but I don't feel comfortable, like, It went from that to, wow, you're a bigot, a racist, disgusting, and weirdo. All those things together, you're a bigot, disgusting, weirdo. Like, hey, for real. I walk in, mind you, the hair that I was wearing the first time that he saw me is the same hair that I was wearing 2 weeks later when he saw me again after I signed. I walk in, the first thing he says to me is that a weave? Oh, bitch, what? I ain't get a hello, hi, how you doing? How was your day? How was your weekend? How's your life? What's up? What up? Nothing. I didn't get no type of greeting. Is that a weave? I was like, yeah. Again, he starts playing with my hair, digging in my hair, and I'm kind of like, this is super unprofessional. Like, I'm trying to hire you to do my flowers, and you're all up in my weave, all up in my tracks, trying to pull up my lace front. Like, what is all this about? Like, I don't understand. He's literally examining my head top. For why? For what? How? Why are you doing this, sir? For what? You remember back in school when you used to do lice check and those people would make you sit down and they're going through your hair to see if you have any lice? Like, dead ass, that's what it felt like. He was all up in my hair, like flipping my tracks. For what reason? I don't know, to the point where I was like, okay, yeah, so let's talk about the flowers. Literally pushing his hand away because why are you in my hair? I just walked into your office. He proceeds to tell me a story about, first of all, it's me, Cameron, and my mom who's in the room. He proceeds to tell me a story about a woman who got caught in the airport with cocaine in her weave. Is that why you're looking in my weave, sir? I don't what is the correlation? Why are we speaking about this? I don't understand what this has to do with wedding flowers. I'm so concerned and confused. And you know when people talk about stuff you don't really care about, you just kind of nod your head like, oh, cool, yeah. You do that little laugh. Like, let's get to the point, bro. I have shit to do. So that was strike number one. Actually, strike number two, because strike number one was him touching up in my hair for no reason. First time he touched my hair, he was just doing some of this. But the second time, you all up in the tracks, like really getting into my scalp. I don't know what that's for. So anyways, we sit down and I'm telling him my ideas, and it's kind of like everything I'm telling him, he's like, no. Bitch, who's getting married here? Me or you? Who's getting married? Are you getting married or am I getting married? So since he's shooting down all of my ideas for my wedding that I ended up using anyways, because we'll get to that anyways, I kind of just get silent, okay? And I think this was the part that pissed me off the most. He kept asking for ideas. I kind of like simmer down a bit. Cameron's giving some ideas and my mom starts to give some ideas. And as my mom's speaking, he has like this disgusted look on his face, and it's pissing me off because you're looking at my mother. What does she do other than trying to help me plan my wedding? You're looking at her like, I just did not like the way he was looking at her at all. Like, it was really, really pissing me off. I was getting hot. So at one point, my mom was saying that she wants all the linen in the venue to be black and the family tables to be sequin black, which is what I ended up doing, by the way. You wanna know what this guy said? He's like, black? You guys are black enough. Is that supposed to be a joke, or like, I don't understand the correlation, because this black and my melanin are nothing alike. So what are you talking about? What are you trying to say? And mind you, the atmosphere that I'm going for my wedding, that I was going for my wedding, was dark with lights illuminating around. So I just wanted it to be very, very dark in the entire room with purple and white and blue light, because I felt like that would make me and Cameron a little bit more comfortable. We wouldn't be able to see the people in the crowd, and we'll just focus on each other. You know, me and Cameron both have like socialanxiety.com. He said, "You guys are black enough." I was like, what? I was so good. I was like, maybe I didn't hear that right. I was like, I don't think I heard that right. So literally I brushed it off. I was like, I'm not gonna say anything because there's no way that is what he correctly just said. But the fact that me, Cameron, and my mom all went silent, I'm like, maybe that's what he said. And it is what he said, but I just couldn't believe that that's what he said, because one, that's stupid. And two, you really just said that in front of us. Like, I was like, no, I don't think that's what he said. That's what I kept saying in my brain, but that's what he said. So my mom's spitting more ideas, which all the ideas my mom spit, I used, okay? And he's just looking at her like this. And I'm kind of looking at Cameron like, Cameron, are you seeing the way that this man is looking at my mother? Like, what is going on? Mind you, we already signed a contract, so the $3,000 is gone. There's no way I can get it back. But anyways, you know when you have a best friend and a boyfriend or like someone who you're really close to, you could just look at them and have a conversation. Me and Cameron are having a full-blown conversation with our eyes. I was like, we gave him our money. We gave him our money, and look at the way he's talking to my mother. Look at the way he's looking at her. Look at what he just said, and that's not even the worst part. After that, he said to my mom, "Listen, lady." Who are you calling lady? This is the woman that gave birth to me, sir. She pushed me out of her vaginal canal for like 8 hours, and you're gonna call her lady? She's not the help. She's my mom, my mommy. I still call my mom mommy. I don't care. You will not disrespect her, period. I don't care who you are. You could be President Obama himself. I will spit on you. So he's like, listen, lady, I know you Jamaican women get married like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times, but I don't want that for your daughter. This should be her only wedding, so I'm gonna make sure it's perfect. I was lost for words. I could feel like a rock building in my throat from anger. I was like, he did not just say that out loud to my mother. There's no way you were really just that disrespectful, because one, you don't know my mom or how many times she's been married, and you're completely, utterly, totally incorrect with that statement. Two, we never said we're Jamaican. You assumed it, and you assumed right, but at the end of the day, you assumed it. Three, on top of you assuming that we're Jamaican, you also made the presumption that Jamaican women have a lot of weddings and get married multiple times. You are so disrespectful. And as soon as he said that, it just came out. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? He proceeds to tell me a story about a Jamaican woman he knows who got married 14 times. So is that because she's Jamaican, or is that because she's a dumb bitch? Which one? One person's actions does not depict an entire nation's credibility on marriage. What are you talking about, sir? Like, I was so mind blown. I was like, what do you mean? And as he's telling the story, he's trying to make it funny. He's trying to like make us laugh and tell jokes in between. And me, Cameron, and my mom are literally straight faced like, you really just said that. Like, you're dead ass serious, sir. So at the end of the story, it was just silence. It was awkward as hell. It was silent as hell. Nobody was talking. I could hear my belly rumbling, and I don't think I was hungry. I think my stomach was telling me to get up and go. Like, my internal organs had enough. They were like, I cannot sit here and make you make the sound of this man talking go through your body, and I'm hearing it all the way down here. Like, they were upset at me, for real. So since it's silent and awkward, he wants to change the subject to Rastafarians because Cameron has dreads. I was so confused. The amount of topic changes on black people that was happening when we're supposed to be talking about flowers was stupid. It was so dumb. It's like he couldn't go past the fact that we were black. He couldn't get past the fact that we were black people. Like, it was the first time he had a conversation with black people. That's what it seemed like. I'm being so serious. But guess what? You live in Toronto, Canada, sir. So I know you see people who look like me all the time, and you must have communicated with them more than once. You're talking to me like I'm an alien. And you know he's a weirdo because while we were talking, before all of what I just told you happened, while we were talking, he asked to see the palm of my hands. He asked to see the palm of my hands, okay? And then he asked me, why are the palm of my hands not black like my skin? I was like, what? What are you talking about, sir? What do you mean? What level of stupidity is this? I've never interacted with a person that is this stupid in my entire life. This guy asked me why the palm of my hand isn't the color of my skin. He then proceeded to tell me that I need to hire security at the venue, which I was gonna hire security regardless. I had security there, not because of what he told me, but for my own safety, and you just never know, I had security there. But he told me, make sure you have security there because Jamaican people like to shoot weddings up. Right there, right then, is when I decided, which I should have decided a long time ago, but it's when I decided I cannot give this guy the rest of the money that I owe him. It's not happening. And before I continue, let me tell you some more things that he said so you understand my frustration. He said he didn't want my wedding to be ghetto, so he's gonna try his best to make sure everything's perfect. I don't know if that's a compliment or the way you speak to customers, or I don't understand, but that's what he said. He said that Cameron should cut his dreadlocks before the wedding. What? Who are you? Are you my dad? Are you my uncle? Are you someone who is anything to me, or am I giving you money for a service, sir? Like, why are you giving me unwanted advice? Just do your job. He said something along the lines of, because you guys have like 3 or 4 kids, right? We have no children. What are you talking about? We have 3 or 4 kids. Are you mistaking me for somebody else? Like, I'm so confused. And then talking about mistaking me for somebody else, he said that, oh, a black woman came in today and I thought it was you, but she was really, really dark. She was a darkie. What is a darkie? What's a darkie? I need the definition of a darkie. What is that? Whatever it is sounds very offensive. Either way, it was very plain and blatant that he was racist, and that's just who he is. He's the owner of the company, so I mean, I hope that his personal, what's the word I'm looking for? His personal views are not transmitted into the company, but it's a problem. It's a problem. Anyway, so after that meeting, we got up, we left, me, my mom, and Cameron in the car, just like, what just happened? He really just said all that. I'm like, Mom, I'm not paying this guy another cent. I'm not giving him not even a penny more. Call him on the phone the next day, and I'm like, hey, Craig, the $3,000 I gave you, you can use that for just the ceremony. I won't be needing you for my reception. So I decided I'm gonna find someone else for my reception flowers, okay? He wanna give me an attitude talking about why, what's the problem? You can't afford it? If you knew you couldn't afford it, then why did you decide to sign the paper? I just went in on him. I told him everything he said, how offended I was by everything he said. I said, I can't give you my money if those are your views. You can't get past the fact that me and my family are black. Like, that's just it. There's no need for us to continue a conversation. Be there June 29th, put up the arches that I want, and you could go home. That's all I need you for, period. End of discussion, end of sentence, nothing else to it. So he sends me an updated contract of what I paid the $3,000 for. The contract had candles and stands for $3,000? Are you done? He really thought I was stupid, because how dare you think that someone is gonna pay $3,000 for candles on the floor and 4 stands? Who would do that? Where would they do that at? Why would they do that for why? Are you stupid? So I called him and I'm like, so I'm paying $3,000 for candles and a stand, sir? Like, this is not making sense. He's like, well, this is all I can do for $3,000. $3,000 can't really get you anything. What do you mean $3,000 can't get you anything? $3,000 can get me a used Honda. What are you talking about? $3,000 can get me a lot of stuff. What? So I said to him, I asked you for the arches and I need that on the contract because that's what I paid for. He's like, well, honey, that's not what you're getting. I said, okay, that's fine. So if June 29th comes and there are no arches at the wedding, you will be getting a lawsuit, period. And this conversation is being recorded. Have a nice day. Hung up on him, and I let God do the rest. I said, dear Lord Jesus, if I walk down the aisle and there are no arches, we got a lawsuit going on, period. And I didn't care, because it's just a ceremony, you know what I'm saying? People sitting down for 30 minutes, and then we have a party, and the reception is gonna be filled with flowers and absolutely beautiful. So if you wanna do that to himself and waste some time, then he'll come through with some candles and a stand for $3,000. Like, that makes no sense to a judge. Like, a judge is gonna see that receipt and the pictures that my photographer takes and says, oh, this is all worth $3,000. Fake candles, by the way. The hell? Anyways, June 29th comes. I walk down the aisle and I have my arches. That's about it. He knew better. I was dead serious. And the way I spoke on the phone, I was dead serious. And then what pissed me off, before I end the video, what pissed me off more than anything was the fact that I go on Instagram maybe 2 days after my wedding. He posts a picture of my wedding, flowers that he did not provide. I'm talking about my reception. Taking pictures of the reception, posting it on his Instagram, talking about beautiful flowers done by me for @HeyParis' wedding. She is a big Canadian blogger. I don't know what a blogger is, but that's not me. I'm not a blogger. I don't blog. But how dare you? You know that we have beef. You know I don't like you. You know your ass is racist, and you know I called you out, and you want to post me on your Instagram? I said, sir, if you don't take that down in 1.5 seconds, it's going to be problems. It's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna send all my subscribers over to you. You better delete it. You better delete it. I literally counted to 5 before I was about to post it on my story and tell you guys to go in on his ass. I swear to you. I counted to 4 and it was gone. Bitch, I don't play. I don't. Anyways, guys, that's that on that. Make sure you follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. All that jazz is in the description box down below for your convenience. Also, make sure you check out Keen. Again, it's in the description box down below. Check them out. I promise you, you will not regret it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you don't know about the secret contest, watch my last video at the end. You could get some free food for a month, bitch. On Uber Eats, DoorDash, all that jazz. I got you. And it's international too. Well, not international. It's like if you have those apps, then I can send you the food. But if you don't, I have to send you some money. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, make sure you follow me on Instagram to see all of my wedding pictures. Most of them are posted. I have a few more to post. But go check them out if you want to see what the wedding was like and what I was doing and what I was wearing and how I was looking. Instagram is HeyParis. Go do that right now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much. Don't gotta tell you twice, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye, guys.